Hello and welcome to Catch More Media. In tonight's show, we travel to the beautiful Toomans Fishery near Carrick-upon-Shannon in the Republic of Ireland. There, we catch up with two Marukyu rods, Marc Rodger and James Moore, who are fishing the venue's annual summer festival. As they headed into the third and final day of the event, Marc Rodger was leading the way. We joined him on the bank to find out how he was feeling.
We're at Toomans Fishery, Carrick-upon-Shannon, and it's really strange because when I was a kid, I actually came here, but I never knew. As I was pulling up, I recognised the place. And we came here with a team called Kingfishers, with the likes of like Nathan Watson and myself who used to fish for them. So as I pulled up, I recognised it. It's really strange because you don't pay any attention when you're a kid. And but yeah, it's these lakes weren't here back then. You know, I think these have been here like 11 years. But there was a little river at the bottom of the garden. We all went and fished a top kit and caught a few skimmers and bits and played cricket here, and it was brilliant. It was really good. So it's dead strange just to be back, really. But yeah, the fishing's been fabulous. I've caught plenty of fish down the edge over EFG 151, loads of fish on hard pellets, and I've never fished in Ireland before, so you know, I've just basically done the English thing. You know what we do back home: feed pellets short, ping pellets long, and basically cupping in big cups of ground bait down the edge. And it's worked really well, really successful, and got everyone here really excited about the EFG range, and they're all dead interested in buying it. But yeah, it's fantastic. I'll just talk you through the mix that I've been using down the edge. It's actually EFG 150. It's the same as 151, but the 150 is really fine. I prefer that down the edge. I just think less particles, less liners, less foul hookers. I'm really quite new myself on this, and the success I'm having on it it's just absolutely fantastic. Basically, I'm mixing it an hour before the match. Maybe it'll take on water twice, sometimes 3 times, depending on how much water you put on it. And all I'm doing down the edge really is I'm getting my cupping kit, full pot of ground bait like that, put my finger in the middle, fill it with casters, and then out you go. And basically your casters aren't spilling when you're potting it in down the edge. Starting off with about 6 big pots, and then, you know, this is like 2 hours left in the match. 6 big pots, leave it 15 minutes, dropping on it. After 15 minutes, put a big pot in, go straight on it, and then I'm cad potting. And depending on how many fish are there, I might put another big pot on it every now and then. Sometimes it's worth putting a big pot on it after every eat if you're catching a really big fish, but it's not been like that. The fish have been, they've averaged about £4, which is still quite decent fish. We're going into day 3 of the festival now, and I'm on this small lake. It's been really difficult. £20, £21 won yesterday, so I'm not expected to get a very good weight on here. But the lads that are challenging me, they're all on here, so they reckon none of them lads can beat me now because we're only going to catch £30 tops. But there is lads on the other lake that they are a little bit behind, but they were both on good pegs, so you never know. One's £180 behind and the other one's £230 behind. So most people think I'm pretty safe, but you never know about fishing, so I'm going to try and catch as much as I can. The first day I drew an absolute flyer. I mean, I drew one of the best pegs on the complex, and I've caught £159, and I won the day, which was obviously brilliant. And but the second day I've actually drawn what they've classed as a stinker, and they said it's worth £60 tops, and I've actually turned it around and I've caught £179, which has shocked all the locals really. But like I say, I think it's the power of the ground bait down the edge. They obviously like it the English way, but yeah, it's been great. My approach today, I'm going to tippy tappy pellets. I'm going to fish it really delicately with like a 4mm expander, and fish 2 lines, one at 2 o'clock, one at 10 o'clock, and just see how we get on really, because the weather's going to turn for the worst apparently, so you never know. I might have to change a few things as the day goes on, but we'll see how we get on.
Right, well I've drew peg 81 here today on one of the main lakes. This is the lake Marc won off on the first day of the festival. So today, kind of 3 lines of attack, short at 5 metres, 16 metres across and down the edge. Today I'm using the Focus Amino pellet, 6mm, 8mm. I've got a couple of 2mm made up as well, just in case, but I don't think I'll be using them today. I've also set up a ground bait line down the edge with the 161 EFG. Yeah, and that's about it for lines today. I drew peg 75 on the first day on the lake behind me. Had a few down the margin to my left and right, weighed in 67 pound, enough for second in section. Yesterday I fished down on the small lake. It's an okay lake, it's not brilliant, but it's got fish in it. I only ended up with 8 pound on that one, so not a great second day, but hopefully I can make it up today. The trip so far has been brilliant. Ireland is absolutely brilliant. First time I've ever been over. Hospitality is brilliant. Everyone's so friendly and they're always willing to look after you. So none of the guys here on the festival, none of the locals, they're always happy to help. They've been giving us tips, hints, little bits about the lakes. So fabulous. Can't fault it at all.
My name is Sean Keenan. Won the last few festivals down at Toomans Fishery. The latest being the Easter Festival. The weather's obviously a bit different, a bit warmer now. The reason to fish commercials over here, my local water back home was Woodlands Fishery in Thirsk. There's 3 or 4 fisheries over here, commercial wise, and my own personal view, I think this is more of an all-round fishery. There's up in the water fishing, method feeder fishing, normal deck fishing, down the edge, or basically 13 long and short pole. That's what sort of gets my interest. There's a couple of other venues which it's all down the edge, top 2 or tapping as such, and that's why it draws me to here, because it's an all-round and I like doing numerous methods. The last couple of days it's fished probably better than what people expected on pegs that people don't really catch much on. The peg that I'm on today is a new peg, just been built there in the last month or so, as well as 2 or 3 other good pegs, which brings you closer to the bank side. There is fish there. I personally think 200 pound plus is going to go someday, probably one of the evening matches, because the fish is just immense down the edge. Plan of attack today is I've got a line in front, 2 plus 2, but my main plan of attack is down the edge where I know the fish are. The guy yesterday didn't do too well. He only had 73 pound, but he's losing probably 4 in every 5 fish. If I can half that, I should have a decent weight.
Unfortunately, as the match got underway, the heavens opened, and we were left with no choice but to retreat to the lovely farmhouse kitchen on site and enjoy some good Irish hospitality. After a hearty lunch, we set about asking Tony about the history of the venue.
My name is Tony Herbert. We've had the fishery here, we've actually been here 33 years, and we started the fishery as one small lake, and it's now grown into 4 lakes, and that was around 17 years ago. I think it was probably something that I always wanted to do. It was at the back of my mind to always do something like that, and we've been very lucky in as much as we had 20 acres at the back of the house here, of which was really only agricultural land, and from there we decided to excavate 1 lake. And the amount of interest we had in it was quite phenomenal. So we then decided to go forward and do another small one. And from there, 2 or 3 years later, we done the 2 big match lakes through the middle, which was quite a stressful 9 months. But I actually designed the fishery the way that it is. there's not even depths, there's depths up to 14 foot, and over the years we struggled to get fish, so we had to buy fish in from the UK, and we bought a strain of carp in from the UK after a lot of hassle from the Irish government regarding importation of fish, etc. But we got past that, and from there onwards we bought 8,000 fish in, and they've just grown and grown and grown. And with the strain of fish that we bought here from the fisheries, the two have mixed together, and we now have a fishery where there's fish in excess of 25 to 28 pound in the specimen lake, and also in the match lake there's fish well into the low 20s now. And the actual interest in it has basically grown and grown. I used to do a lot of match fishing myself here, you know, the wild Irish fishing, but from what's actually happened and word of mouth, we've had a lot of interest, and it's sort of gone from there. And then a few years ago we just decided that we'd start a few small matches and a few small festivals, and it's grown and grown and grown from there. And now we have 3 festivals a year. We have one at Easter, which is a 2-day, and our big one, which is the 3-day one, sponsored by Maver. And I'm happy to say this year Marukyu have come on board with some great sponsorship for us, and it's just grown and grown and grown. So we've basically had to limit the amount of pegs, because it's not a large fishery, but it can accommodate 80 anglers. But I double peg it, which means that we've limited it this year to 33, and it's been basically by invitation only, which is the lads and the people that support the fishery throughout the year. And then what actually happens is we put in a large amount of prizes ourselves, along with Maver, and as I say, Marukyu this year really have excelled themselves. And with the 3 together, it would make it probably the richest and the best festival in Ireland regarding commercial fishing.
So my name's Lyndy, as I'm known to the fishermen, and I really run the self-catering. So people will ring me up and I'll do what I can to help them, book them in, and I like to keep a very fair price. So I'm €35 a night, or 40 for a couple. And I'm pretty full, but you have to book fairly regularly through the year, a week in advance. I provide really whatever you want. I can be flexible, but it is basically self-catering. So you come and you stay, you book in, and you have a lovely relaxing week either around the countryside or at our fishery. And that's basically what I back Tony with. And then I run the fishery when he's not here. So that's really it in a nutshell. So on the festivals or the day-to-day running of the fishery, if Tony's in the shop, then I will meet and greet and see people on the fishery and give them their rules, and if they want any lunch, bacon rolls, they can order that and come up to the house and have that. And I just basically am here to welcome people and see that they're happy and enjoying their fishing. And on a Sunday after the matches, I'll always invite them in and we have a chat and tea, coffee, and I'll bake for them. It's just a very homely, comfortable place to be, and they seem to enjoy it.
Thankfully for us, the rain eased just in time for the weigh-in, which meant we were able to go down and see if Marc had done enough to hang on to his lead.
Yeah, I'm over the moon really. Yeah, it's been good, and just yeah. So I come to Ireland and win. Obviously, that's what you want to do. It's paid for itself, and yeah, I'm delighted really. Yeah, I've picked up £1,000 and I've won a Maver Dark Side 1. It's worth 1,500 quid. They've given away some unbelievable prizes. Everyone's walked away with boxes, with luggage, with it's unbelievable, you know, what they've given away, what both have given away. Marukyu have been really generous, and also Maver been absolutely fantastic. Lovely setup, lovely people. I'd love to come again. It's been fantastic. The fishing's been absolutely brilliant. The bottom lake that I've been on, you know, it's been a bit difficult. For some reason, all weekend it switched off. Everyone struggled on there, and but the other two lakes have just been absolutely solid. It's been fantastic fishing.